Good morning, my millionaire growth partners. My name is Otis Tucker, the world's first trillionaire. I am God, and I manifest the words I speak. Today, my message today, people, is for you to practice daily using the 6 higher faculties of your mind. Now, just like how you use your five senses every single day, I want you to develop by practicing daily how to use the 6 higher faculties of your mind to help you make great decisions. And the more you practice, just like anything else, my hope is that at some point it becomes just as habitual as breathing. Just like you don't think about using your five senses, you just use them. I want you to get in the habit of using these 6 higher faculties of your mind. I know this was definitely life-changing for me when I first learned about it about 3 years ago. And I always periodically share this topic because I think it's that valuable for people to learn and understand them so you can utilize them. With that being said, let's jump right into it. So the first faculty is going to be your reasoning faculty. That's your faculty to use for thinking. That's what you use to think thoughts and create the future you want by thinking about the things you want. So practice thinking on a daily basis about things you want, how you can materialize it. Think about that. How are you going to make it happen? And the more you think about it, I know the answers will come to you. So definitely I'm suggesting you get busy thinking about those things. Number 2, people, is memory. From the time of you in your mom's womb, man, it's like we're experiencing things, memorizing things, and it's just a lot of people don't really remember those things, especially in those early ages. But my point that I'm trying to get at is that we all have like a data bank of memories of experiences, things we have heard, things we have seen. And a lot of the times when you're having epiphanies, what's really happening is that, your subconscious is going into your memory data bank and pulling from the experiences that you've had in the past to connect the dots to help you get those epiphanies that you're having. And the cool thing about knowing that is that what that tells you is to make sure that you're constantly feeding your mind information that you can add to this memory bank. That's why it's so important and powerful for you to always be reading or listening to audio, any kind of information really that's relevant to your development, to grow to the next level. Because as you hear these information, you see it or you experience it, what you're doing is you're building your data bank. So that way, as you start to think about the things you're going after, then you'll have a lot more epiphanies, a lot more great ideas, because you're pulling from the data bank of memories. So it's good to know that. Number 3, people, is your perception. Your reality is your perception, people. The way you see life is the way it is. You can see the glass through the lens of things being, the glass being half full, or you can see it as half empty. If you have a negative perception on life, or looking through life through a negative lens, then I'm sorry to say this, but it's the truth. You will experience a negative and miserable life. If you choose to see the world and your life through the positive lens, however, no matter what's happening, you're always going to find the positives, and you'll definitely thus have an amazing life. So that's my suggestion to you today, is to choose the perspective of positivity regardless of what's happening and regardless of whatever challenge you're facing, etc. Next one, people, is willpower. Well, really it's just will, but I say it as a power because it's like when you develop practicing and mastering having will, a strong will, then what happens is it's like you become one of those people that's relentlessly moving forward. And anybody that have that as a natural characteristic or habit, which you can always develop even if you don't have it now, is that for people like us, there's nothing we decide to do that we will not attain, because we're relentless and will never stop until we accomplish all the things that we're set out to do. That's what it looks like having will, people, is doing the things you don't want to do, especially when you don't feel like it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it's necessary. It's a necessary trait that I think all great leader and everyone that's successful must possess. So I'm strongly encouraging you for you to develop will for yourself. You know, set goals and go after them, man. Regardless of what's happening, always keep moving forward. You get knocked down, I don't care how many times, 100 times. Get up 101 times. You keep getting up, man, regardless of what's happening. Keep on moving forward, because life reward the people that are persistent. That's how it goes, people. The people that win is the people who stop at nothing and will do whatever it takes to get the job done. So definitely develop will, and the easiest way to do it is to get busy practicing. Next one, people, is intuition. Intuition to me is where you really learn to tap into your emotions and tap into your feelings and be able to identify, how you're feeling, and learn how things affect you. Because the more you can control your emotions, people, is the more in control you are of yourself. You're nobody's puppet, you know what I mean? It's like you have to be in control of your emotion, and also you want to do things that feel right to you. I don't care what anybody else tell you. If something can seem wrong on paper, right, but it feels right to you, in those cases you always do what feels right to your people. Some people call it, your sixth sense or whatever. Listen to me, whatever feels right to you, definitely go with that, regardless of how it looks or how it seems. Trust your heart, trust your instinct. It will lead you right. It always does, because it knows what we need sometimes. So really go with that. Go with what feels right to you. And of course, like I said, learn how to master your emotions, people. Last but not least, one of my favorite though is definitely imagination. I really do believe that is indeed the greatest nation on this earth, because without imagination, nothing would exist. There was no invention without imagination. Everything that we see, that we appreciate, all the convenience of life, thank God it's because of somebody else's imagination that was able to create these things with their mind and was able to manifest it so we could take advantage of it. So for you, I'm suggesting for you to really get good at practicing using your imagination to be able to visualize the things that you want. Whatever your goal, your vision is, on a daily basis, you should be visualizing, how do you want today to go? How do you want this week to go? What does that look like? I want you to challenge yourself on a daily basis to really practice visualizing the things you want, because you will never be able to attain anything that you cannot see with your mind. So I really want you to get really busy practicing using your imagination, people. Those are definitely the 6 faculties of your mind. I want you to practice using those every day until it becomes, again, as normal as breathing for you, where you can do it without thinking. My declaration over your life right now, people, is that number 1, you are a millionaire. Number 2, you're married to the person of your dream. And number 3, you have amazing health and is in the best shape of your life. I do pray that the Spirit of God will continue to lead you and guide you to find your amazing purpose in this world, and also with the creation of your amazing life on this earth, people, as you learn how to have compassion for others and help others to accomplish their goals and dreams. And I already know that that's how you're going to find your goals and dream, people, is by helping others. That's the root of all success, man, is figuring out how to serve people and help people to accomplish things in life. I pray also for infinite knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, for you to make sense of the things you experience, see, and hear, people. I want you to make sense of things in your life, because I know once you do that, you will have, you'll feel better about yourself, because you'll feel like you're gaining control of your life, which is critically important. With that being said, people, y'all have an amazing day, and we'll talk tomorrow.